Part 2, the proposal. We had been dating for about 6 weeks, and yeah, 6 weeks. And Mick was getting ready to go to Montana, and he was taking like a 6-week long trip on his Harley and everything. And he says, well, let's go up to Bryan Head, Utah, Cedar Breaks, and we'll just ride the bike around and spend the night. And I said, oh, that sounds like fun. So
She says she say something about the proposal, but I didn't think it was much of a big deal because it just kind of wouldn't go the way I wanted it to.
So it was just him and I, and the next day we got there and we were riding on the Harley just around, and we get off and we'd hike on the trails a little bit.
We went up to Zion, which has got a lot of vista points, and there was a nice little vista point we went into. And we were walking around out on this vista point, and of course, all of a sudden, a dozen people showed up, and every place we stepped to a new spot, they stepped to the new spot. And I was getting kind of frustrated with them swamping all over the place I tried to go, and finally I got off in a little corner by ourselves.
And he was just acting weird, and I didn't understand why he was acting so weird. And he said, well, let's go on this trail here. And so we're going down the trail, and we see some people, and he cuts off like through the woods, and we come out on Cedar Breaks, and there's no one around.
Every place we stepped to a new spot, they stepped to the new spot. I was getting kind of frustrated with them swamping all over the place I tried to go, and finally I got off in a little corner by ourselves, and they wandered off.
And it was just really pretty, and it was a nice spring-like day, early summer day, I think, up in the mountains. And he started talking about how he was leaving for 6 weeks, and I said, yeah, it's going to be hard, but it'll be good. So he kind of looked over at me, and he says, well, I don't suppose you'd want to marry me, would you? And I looked at him, and I'm thinking, is this a proposal? And he goes, well, maybe this will convince you. And he brings out the ring, which was a gorgeous ring. And of course I said yes, but now that I think about it, it was the most unromantic proposal in the world. It really was.
And they wandered off, and I asked her then if she'd marry me. I kind of intimated if she didn't, I was going to push her over the cliff, so she gave in and said she would.
I want a do-over, and I've said that for 25 years, 26 years now. I want a do-over. I want down on the knees, flowers, everything, but I said yes, so I was stuck.
So we've kind of been together ever since.
We're out at the cemetery. Mick's mom died 4 years ago today. She had come to live with us the last few weeks of her life. Her sister could no longer care for her, and she died with us holding our hands. I miss her. There's his dad. Over there's his uncle, Mick's niece, who died when she was only 4 from cerebral palsy. And of course, Grandma and Grandpa. We come out here, there's no water here, so there's no grass. So we can't really